We've covered a lot of macOS tips this month in this series of videos, and today I want to talk about Siri. And Siri is the personal assistant that came on the iPhone way back when, and is now also on the Mac. So if you go to System Preferences, and click on Siri, and in my case on this computer I've disabled Siri, so I'm actually going to enable Siri, and I do want to enable, and it lets you know what information is going to be collected. So if you have any concerns about that, definitely click on the Siri suggestions and privacy, and you can read more about that. Basically, the ways that Siri works is it'll put a little Siri icon up here in the menu bar, which you can click on to activate Siri.
Sorry.
X. We're going to come back in a second. No, I'm sorry, Siri. We'll get back to you. But you can also enable Siri using keyboard shortcuts. You see the language and the voice that's used, including the voice feedback, which we just heard, but we'll hear some more of that as well. So go into System Preferences, customize it the way that you want, and then you can use Siri from then on out. So you can just hold Command Space. In this case is the default shortcut. If you have a Mac with a touch bar on it, a keyboard with a touch bar, you can hit the Siri button on there as well. And in some Macs, you can use the trigger word, which is hey, followed by the word Siri, all one word. I'm not going to say it to enable it right now, but if you have a Mac that does that as well, you can use that as the trigger word to enable it from across the room, which is pretty nice. So we have Siri enabled here, so I'm just going to hold Command and Space to trigger Siri. How's the weather?
I don't know where you are, but you can show me. In security and privacy settings,
there we go. She doesn't know where I am.
Choose the privacy tab.
So, of course, she
Under
can't give me
Services,
the weather
check
in
Siri
this
and
current
dictation.
location, but we could go into security and privacy to trigger that. But this is the way that Siri works. You give a question, she gives an answer. It comes back on there. If you hit the little question mark in the corner here, you can go through and see a list of the capabilities of Siri. If you haven't used it on an iPhone or another place, or maybe you just haven't used Siri because when it initially came out, there wasn't that many things that you could do with it. Well, here's a way that you can go through and some of the trigger words that you can use on there. So for me personally, when it comes to Final Cut Pro and editing video, it's very rare that I'm actually using Siri. But here's the way that I do use it in relation to Final Cut. A lot of times I will do calculations. And again, I've showed how to use Spotlight to do that with Command Space, but sometimes I'll use Siri to do the calculations as well. And I believe if I scroll down here, yeah, we can see weather, stocks, clock, all that kind of stuff. I thought there was calculations listed as one of the things, but either way, that's something that I'll do as well. So if I'm trying to convert frame rates, for example, I might go through and ask how much is one number versus another number, and you can do that using Siri as well. So for example, what's 160 divided by 3?
It's about 53.3333.
Boom, goes and does the little calculation there. So you can see how quickly Siri responds. It is using an internet connection, so you have to make sure you have that. But that can be sometimes faster than going into Spotlight and bringing up that interface as well. So don't necessarily let Siri be something that's just a pushed over app and something you don't use on macOS. It's very powerful, and there are many things that you can do. Siri, open Final Cut Pro. And boom, there she goes. She's launching the app and bringing that right up. So you can use it as an app launcher. Many of the things that we have used Spotlight for, you can go and use Siri as well for. So that little assistant is there, ready to go, ready to do things for you. So don't hesitate to use Siri and try things out. That's all I got for you for this tip. We're almost done with the month. We got a few more, and we're going to talk about accessibility tomorrow. So is there something specific you want to know? Put it in the comments below. Otherwise, subscribe, and we'll have some more Final Cut stuff coming for you soon.